Okay, well, I don't know what the heck happened earlier, but seems like all of a sudden my phone freaked out. Maybe it got hot being out there on the foredeck. I was out there for a bit whipping before I started doing the live stream, so I will start over again. Anyhow, hopefully some folks will come back. I think there was quite a few people watching, but hey, Frank Daniels, how you doing? I can see the chat now that I'm down below here in a little bit cooler air. So, sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened with my phone, but all of a sudden it just cut out. So, whew, hot up there on deck. No breeze at all. I'm down here with a fan going, trying to have a little bit of air. It's only 84, but it's a hot 84. So, how's Frank doing this morning? Were you guys able to see what I was doing with the splicing? Hey Mary, how you doing? Were you able to see what I was doing? I don't know if it was showing up very well on the camera in that bright sunlight. Was I all washed out, or could you see what was happening? I don't know. I'll go back and watch that here in a little bit. So, yes. You saw the whole thing. Okay, cool. All right, so what I was doing is I was taking, you know, where the guy cut my anchor line, I was just trying to splice that back together again and make an anchor line out of it again. So, I'm not expert at that. I've done a little bit of that kind of stuff before. It's really stupid simple. I mean, it's really easy to do. Obviously, any idiot can do it. But it seemed like it worked pretty good. So, Lily's hot breathing heated up your phone. Good demonstration on line splicing. Whipping showed up clear as a bell. Thanks. Well, there you go, Miss Sharp. Thank you. Good morning, Chief. Hey, Chief, how you doing? Again, yeah, I'm sorry. I couldn't see my screen up on deck. It's just far too bright. Look good, and that'll be just as strong as before. Well, that's what they claim, Frank. They claim if you do that, it'll be just as strong as before. The only thing I have yet to do up there, which I didn't finish, is I'm going to put another whipping on the ends, you know, where the end pieces come out. I'm going to put a big long whipping on that. And what I do with a whipping is I use a needle and thread. I go straight through the line, and then I bring the needle back and well, first let me start out. When I thread the needle, I bring the line up and back and I tie the two loose ends of the line together in a knot. Burn the ends first. Yeah, you could do that with some lines. Some lines you don't really want to do that, but yeah, I could burn the ends of that as well. That would help glue them together. In this case, I'm just going to go ahead and do a whipping on them. So I take the needle and thread, I go through, I loop back. Was that the nylon rope you got back in Sandusky, Ohio? No, that's the brand new anchor line I just got last week. The brand new anchor line that's only been on my boat for a week that the guy cut. So, yeah, 150-foot line that I just got. Anyhow, so I go through the line, I come back through the loop, pull that tight, and then I take my wraps, and then I go through the line again, out around, I go 90 degrees, I through the line again, and then I catch back on the loop again and tighten that off, and that seems like it works for doing a temporary splice. Now, on a permanent splice, yeah, I do that completely different. You know, those were just quick splices. On a permanent splice, I'll lay a loop in the length of the splice, and then I'll take all my wraps, and then I catch it back on through that loop, and then pull that loop back in, so the wraps are actually holding the ends of the line tight. And even then, I'll take a needle, and poke it through to get a few more laps through it, and that's a more permanent type of a whipping. So I don't know if I'll film that. Maybe I'll film that with my GoPro or something while I'm up there doing that, so you can see how I do those. But anyhow, that was just a quick, what they call a quick short braid. So whip it good, just like Devo said. There you go, whip it good. Okay. Now the rope I bought in Sandusky, Ohio. Oh no, Miss Shar, you're thinking of the line I bought for the roller furling. That's really thin rope. I mean, that's, you know, pencil thin, 1/4 inch, that's 1/4 inch rope for the roller furling. No, this is big 3/4 inch nylon 3 braid. Well, and now that it's whipped together, it's 1.5 inches thick. When you take the 2 3/4 inch lines and whip them together, now you're 1.5 inch diameter line. So yeah, it should hold okay, I think. I don't know how much comfort I'm gonna have long term with that, but it should hold okay. It's a good, in my book, it's a good temporary fix. I'm not keen on it being permanently out there, but it's a good temporary fix. And now what I'm going to do, though, I think I'm ordering I'm not ordering brand new line. One of my viewers, Seeley Shannon, is shipping me line. Did you get the email I sent you this morning? Steve, I've not looked at my email yet, so I don't know. Hold on, I'll fire up my iPad and I can check my email on it. I had not gotten it when I was on my email earlier this morning, but I've not been on my email for, I don't know, a good hour or so. Maybe a little more than that. No biggie, it is my policy. Yes, your insurance policy, okay. I contacted Geico this morning. I got online and I filled out their application thing for insurance. And they quoted me $450 for insurance on my boat. And that's just not in the cards for me right now. I can't afford to spend that kind of money. And I have no idea why it would be that much. That seems like a ridiculously high amount of money for that kind of insurance, but that's what they quoted me. So I see you got the charger yesterday. If you press and hold the LAC button, the black button, okay, the black button, it'll turn on the flashlight when it's all charged up. It will turn on the flashlight when it's all charged up. All 4 lights will be lit. When you use it, the kites will go out as, the lights will go out, okay. Oh, I see, as the battery goes down. Well, if I just push the black button and all 4 lights are lit up right now. I don't know if you can see that. All 4 of them are lit right now. So it must be fully charged at the moment. Now I just turned it off. Okay, cool. Cool. The batteries go dead. Okay. Is the comprehensive. You know, Steve, it didn't say whether it was just liability or it was comprehensive. It didn't say one way or the other. So it may have been just comprehensive. They didn't have an option online for doing just liability. It was just comprehensive. And the funny thing about it was, the very first question they asked was zip code. I don't have a zip code, guys. I don't have a zip code. I don't have an address. They wanted to know my address. I don't have an address anymore. So I live on my sailboat. The other thing they wanted to make sure of was they wanted to know where I store the boat. Well, I store the boat under my ass. That's where I store the boat. I don't store my boat. My boat's never in storage. So they wanted to know where I stored the boat. Well, I have no way of answering that. So maybe what I should do is call back and actually talk to an agent instead of using their online thing. But I had to kind of laugh at them this morning as I was going through that. Apparently their insurance isn't dealt for people who live on board full time. So shout out to P. Don Smoking D. Finally, it's my time. Evening, Carl. Hey, Mike Smith, what is up? Maybe only a $2,000 boat, but the carrier liability exposure is the same. Well, maybe so. Boat US does. Use mine. Yeah, right? Hold the black button in and the flashlight will turn on, then press and hold the button again until the flashlight goes out. Sorry for my bad. No, Frank, I got that. I understood it. No problem, buddy. Do you use some type of waterproof thread or some special thread for just the purpose of binding, lashing your rope ends? Yeah, Chief, what I use, they actually make this this stuff called robe line. It's sold by West Marine. It's just a plain cotton thread. I believe it's just cotton. Doesn't actually say what it is. It feels just like cotton thread. I actually prefer using a waxed cotton. I find it works a little better for whipping than this stuff does. This stuff's pretty slick. So, but yeah, it's usually just a cotton line, but probably should go to something else like a nylon or something for better longevity. So, many mooring fields and marinas require insurance. Yes, I'm well aware of that. That's why I stay away from them. When will you be training the rest of us mods? Okay, Frank, very soon. In fact, I'll talk to you later today, okay? We'll be having Marlin Spike Monday every week. Oh, I don't know about that, but we could. Here's my Marlin Spike. For those of you that don't know what a Marlin Spike is, this little pocket knife has a Marlin Spike on one end. You use this for picking apart knots and stuff. Very stout little rod. And that's on the back side of my little pocket knife. Somebody gave this to me. Somebody sent this to me when I first bought the boat. It was a really nice gift from somebody. So, yeah, Steve, I don't think I have enough rigging work like that to make it worthwhile to do a Monday thing. So, maybe even dental floss that is waxed. There you go, Chief. Yeah, dental floss could work very well. In fact, I know a lot of people that do use dental floss for it. Was that a special needle? Look strong and show us the knife. It looked like it was pretty sharp too. Yeah, that was the knife. I just showed that to you a second ago. And the needle is just, I have a selection of needles used for rigging. They're very stout. You can see some of them are curved. You see the paper's a little moldy, but it's been on the boat for a while. They're really for canvas. These guys are for canvas and sails. These guys are for doing upholstery. So it's just a set of pretty stout needles. Today, actually, I was using a carpet or tarp needle. I like the thinner needles for doing the whipping on the small lines like that. So actually, I actually prefer a much smaller needle for doing some of that kind of stuff. And of course, this is a real pain in the butt to get back in the plastic bag because the needles catch on everything, but there's back in the bag. So. Okay. Dental floss works very well. Yes, it does. Yep, dental floss can work very well. This stuff is a lot stronger than dental floss, however. It's also, you know, it's also 4 times the thickness of dental floss. And this is braided. This is a braided line, so it's really strong stuff. So. Okay, do you have a sail palm? I do not. No, I don't have a sail palm. What I do is I just use my handy dandy little needle nose to push it through. But yeah, I probably should get a sail palm. And for those of you guys that don't know what a sail palm is, when you're trying to force the big needles through something, they have this leather pad that goes on your hand, and on it there's a little raised area that's really solid, hard, so that you can use your hand and push through without the needle being sticking in you. I tend to just hook it on the end of my thumbnail and use my thumbnail to push it through. If it goes easy, if it goes hard, I just use the needle nose on the needle and force it through that way. But yeah, a palm would probably be a good idea to invest in at some point. The problem is, Steve, all the ones that I've seen, they don't fit my paws. You know, you're supposed to put your thumb through this one loop and then it sits right here. My thumbs never fit through that loop. So maybe one day I'll I'll find a good country leather worker somewhere and have him make me one my size, I guess. I don't know. Something you have to get accustomed to when you're a big guy. Anyhow, guys, I just wanted to show you the whipping and stuff this morning. I didn't mean to have to jump on here and do a second live stream this morning, but I had no choice because apparently my signal quit while I was in the midst of making my way back here to the boat. So it is what it is. So anyhow, kids, that was all I wanted this morning. So your braid, some beeswax, and a lighter will do as you need. Yeah, it would. It would. The other thing you could also do, Mike, is I could buy these little cubes of resin that they use a lot on, like, for musical instruments and stuff. And I could seesaw the line back and forth through that resin, and that it would impregnate it and give it some grip, some more holding, because this stuff's really slick. But it works fine. I have other thread to use. I'm just trying to use up this spool. So that's why I'm using it. I don't want it to go to waste. So I tend to put it right through my hand. Yep, I understand that. Well, I just learned some needlework tips, sailor style. Thanks, have a great day, y'all. Well, thanks, Miss Shar. Yeah, anyhow, guys, I'm going to get to my resting. Today, I'm going to get to my resting. I'm not going to get to my work. I'm going to get to my resting today. And that's what I'm going to do. After the harrowing experiences I've had this weekend, what with the storm causing my anchor to drag and then the guy cutting my anchor line, I now have the anchor line somewhat repaired. I'm going to go forward later on today and whip on that. But other than that, that is all I am doing today. I'm working on some video editing. I'm actually going to make a channel trailer. I'm going to make a video for people that are new to my channel so they could figure out what's going on. You know what, let me just touch base with that real quick, because a lot of people are going to watch this after the fact. So my channel confuses a lot of people, and in that confusion, obviously I'm getting a lot of hate as a result of it. People don't seem to understand. And I'll give an example. Some fellow today commented, or a couple people have been commenting lately, oh, you're not going anyplace anymore, you're just staying in the same place, it's boring, and so, you know, they're going to unsub or move on or whatever. Okay, I have been in Port Washington. As of tomorrow, I'll be in Port Washington 21 days, 3 weeks, okay? 3 weeks. I will point out to you that SV Delos, the big sailing channel that everybody loves, has been in the same place in Brazil now for 3 months, okay? They've been in the same place for 3 months. Nobody complains about them not moving, because in the 3 months that they've been there, they've only put out 12 videos. I put out 12 videos in 6 days because of my live streams. So my live streams tend to confuse a lot of people into thinking that I'm here much longer than what I really am. Nobody's complaining about Delos spending 3 months places. In fact, most of the sailing, cruising people spend more than 3 months at the same dock, but nobody perceives that because they put out so little content, 1 video a week. Because of my production schedule and doing all my live streams, people just assume I'm here much longer than I really am. And so I am going to try to do a video to somewhat explain that to people so they can get a clue, because when people tell me that I'm not going anywhere because I've been here for 3 weeks, well, yeah, I'm doing an in-the-water refit, guys. I don't know how else to explain it. It takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. So I make progress every day. I film a little bit of stuff every day. Not all of it comes out in my live stream, so you're not seeing it, but videos are coming up that you will see. So I'm going to try to make a little video today to kind of explain that to people so that they understand that yes, I'm doing something a little bit different, but that it's okay, and the world's not going to end because I'm doing it. So let me see what I missed in the chat here real quick. New England Ropes Mega Plate nylon line is the go-to rode now. Flexible, stacks well and in the well and hold easy in the hands. Will feed with a chain gypsy. Only need 1/2 inch for your boat. Huh. Okay, good to know. Ray, we do all the testing for New England Ropes and Old Crow Ropes. Oh, okay, cool, Steve. Please don't compare your channel to Delos. The content isn't the same, so it's not apples to apples. Just state to everyone, you're a live stream channel, leave the content part out. Yeah, that's absolutely not correct, Triponin. And, you know, obviously you're not watching my real videos that I put every week. Once a week I put out a regular video. Now, is it a big, long video like Delos's do? No. But every week I put out a full video, so I'm putting out the same content that they are. Maybe not the same content, and I don't have a bunch of girls in bikinis running around, but I am putting out that same content. It's just you're not seeing it because of all the live streams that I also put out. It's kind of hidden. You're not seeing the forest for the trees, guys, I guess is what I'm saying. Been very happy with mine. Was recommended by Pam Wall at a cruiser seminar. Okay, cool. My boat has been in the driveway for a year. Well, that's not good. That's true. You're not the same kind of channel. I am not. Hello, what's up? Project list for today. Palm limit. Hey, man. Well, you just missed my project list for the day. I just did a live stream a little bit ago of me braiding and splicing my anchor line up on top. I'm going to finish whipping the ends on that today, and that's it for today. I'm taking it easy today. I had a harrowing weekend with having my anchor line cut and then having my anchor drag. I'm suffering from a lot of lack of sleep, so I am going to be hanging out today and chilling out and relaxing a little bit. So, yep, that's right, Miss Shar. My boat, my time, my time. My schedule, all good, carry on and fair winds. Thank you, Miss Shar. Oops, my bad. No problem, not your bad. No problem at all, man. I'm just gonna try to chillax a little bit this afternoon. I am getting the anchor line fixed today. I'm waiting on Douglas a little bit. I have a bunch of projects that are kind of backed up waiting on the welding. Douglas is gonna pick me up tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna be doing the welding over at his house. I'll probably live stream us doing the welding so you guys can see some of that. And then I'll be able to get my push pit back together. I do have to get some fiberglass work done before that comes back, but I could be working on that today, but I'm just not going to. Just not going to. I'm tired. I'm going to relax and then deal with it later. So anyhow, that's it for today, kids. I'm going to talk to you guys later tonight. Be good, be careful. We'll see you then. Bicycle.